Good morning, America. Road to recovery. The massive efforts following the destruction Hurricane Milton left behind. Officials warning of potential dangers lurking in the water.
Where's everybody at?
As this family of 8, rescued from their flooded out home, are among the thousands of people needing help. The dramatic images as the storm spurned tornadoes. And GMA speaking exclusively with one of the pilots who rescued this man, found clinging to a cooler 30 miles from land.
Race for the White House with less than a month to go before the election. Donald Trump on a West Coast swing, his anti-immigration message. Harris in Arizona, big names hitting the trail, urging voters to support the vice president. The new polling numbers and a new focus on the gender gap.
Dancer's disappearance. An accomplished Broadway performer last spotted near a South Carolina park.
I love you. I want you home with me.
Now Hugh Jackman joining the family's calls for help in finding him.
Boeing job cuts. The company announcing plans to lay off 10% of its workforce, about 17,000 jobs amid a month-long strike costing billions of dollars.
And victory night. The Los Angeles Dodgers beat the San Diego Padres to advance to the National League Championship. All the highlights and how the game made history.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning, America. So great to have you with us on a Saturday. Big sports weekend. You know what that means?
October's good for sports.
Janae's been working the Google on the internet machine, getting all the stats ready to go.
And I'm just waiting to hear from you.
Of course, exactly. So we've got a lot to talk about. We've, of course, got our eyes on college football as well. It's week 7. And among the big matchups today, number 2, Ohio State versus number 3, Oregon. ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us with a College Gameday preview.
Oh, you know, that's going to be exciting. And we are coming up. Hard to believe, but just 3 weeks until Election Day. The polls, as the polls close, as close as they can be. The final sprint may be more important than ever for each candidate. We'll have the latest from Trump and Harris events overnight. That's coming up just ahead.
But we do begin here this morning with the latest from Florida. Nearly 2 million people are still without power this morning. Days after Hurricane Milton came ashore, families are salvaging what they can and beginning that long road to recovery. ABC's Jaclyn Lee leads us off now from outside Tampa, Florida. Good morning, Jaclyn.
Gio, good morning. We are embedded with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and this is just one of the many neighborhoods they're helping after Hurricane Milton. You can see just how high the water is, especially against the fence line, and this isn't even the worst of it. They are working around the clock to help people who need to be rescued. This morning, Floridians returning to their homes, wading through flooded streets and debris after Milton left a trail of utter destruction. Resident Christy Austin recalling the strong impact of Hurricane Milton, along with the pounding wind and rain that flooded her apartment. Were you worried that you were going to die?
At one point, yeah, we thought the windows were going to blow and that they might cut us and might kill us.
First responders racing to save those still trapped by floodwaters.
Where's everybody at? Show me.
This dramatic video showing Hillsborough County deputies saving a family of 8 from their flooded home.
Hey, if you guys have any trouble, let somebody know, please.
Using a rope to guide them to safety. The Category 3 storm claiming at least 16 lives and spawning a deadly tornado outbreak with nearly 40 reported twisters. Some people regaining power, but more than 1.8 million customers remain in the dark. One harrowing tale caught on camera. The U.S. Coast Guard telling ABC News in an exclusive interview how it rescued one man stranded in the water for more than 18 hours, surviving high winds and waves, clinging to a cooler.
It was pretty crazy. Being able to hold on and in that rough of seas and that rough of weather is definitely a testament to his willpower.
Milton also sparking tornadoes. Take a look as this home security video shows the moment a tornado blew out the backyard window of this home. And along the east coast of Florida, our Victor Oquendo in the middle of the tornado damage.
Residents in this Fort Pierce neighborhood tell me they were hit with back-to-back tornadoes. The worst of it here, the Spanish Lakes Country Club community. Houses torn apart, at least 5 people killed.
Officials say it will take months to clean up and rebuild. emphasizing that while Milton may be gone, danger remains.
We hear people that have touched down power lines. That can electrocute you. It'll kill you.
And you heard it right there. There's still a lot of dangers even after Hurricane Milton. And when you look at these floodwaters, there's animals in these floodwaters. There's down power lines. So officials are really urging people to take caution as cleanup begins. Janae?
That you can't see. Jaclyn, thank you so much for your reporting. And this morning, there are concerns that those back-to-back hurricanes have taken their toll on FEMA. The agency's head now sounding the alarm and calling on Congress to act. ABC's Christiane Cordero joined us live from Capitol Hill this morning. Christiane, good morning to you.
Janae, good morning. It is a bleak forecast from FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, who said the agency will run out of money if Congress doesn't step in and help. And just to put that into context, Congress allocated $20 billion for FEMA at the beginning of October. That was supposed to last them an entire year. FEMA has spent about half of it in just over a week. These back-to-back hurricanes are complicating everything here. Helene and Milton put 6 states under emergency disaster declarations, and we've seen how dire the need is, right? From the search and rescue operations to rebuilding these roads and homes and helping those affected get back on their feet. Criswell says FEMA has enough money to support the immediate needs for everyone impacted by Helene and Milton, but that the eventual need for supplemental funding from Congress is, quote, just a matter of when. Compounding the issue are staffing shortages. Sources tell ABC News during the storms, only 9% of FEMA's personnel were available to respond to any other disaster that could occur. And now the Small Business Administration is echoing those calls for more funding, warning that new disaster loans are in jeopardy if Congress doesn't help. Whit?
All right, Christiane Cordero, thank you. We're turning now to the tightening race for the White House. With just over 3 weeks before Election Day, the candidates are focusing on the battleground states in the West this weekend. ABC's White House correspondent, Mary Alice Parks, is here with the latest. Mary Alice, good morning.
Yeah, well, good morning. With just over 3 weeks to go until Election Day, both former President Trump and Vice President Harris out west. Trump on a whirlwind tour with rallies in California, Colorado, Nevada. Harris in Arizona yesterday with specific outreach to Republican voters. Campaigning in Nevada and Colorado, former President Donald Trump overnight laser focused on his anti-immigration message.
Everyone's coming in, the murderers and whoever. She wants to have them come in and then they can loot, they can plunder, they can take everything that you've made in your life.
In Aurora, Colorado, promising to use the Alien Enemies Act from 1798 to round up and deport immigrants across the country, potentially even those with legal status.
I will rescue Aurora and every town that has been invaded and conquered.
Trump doubling down on false claims that the city is overrun by migrant crime, a claim that even the city's Republican mayor has said is just not true. Former President Obama this week on offense, saying Trump's promise to conduct mass deportations is nothing new.
They want you to believe that if you let Donald Trump round up whoever he wants, by the way, and ship them out, all your problems will be solved.
A new poll from the Wall Street Journal showing the race as close as ever, especially in those swing states that could decide it all. Donald Trump up by 1 in Pennsylvania, 6 in Nevada. Vice President Kamala Harris with a slight edge in Georgia, Arizona, and Michigan. Harris Friday speaking to a group of Republican voters in Arizona, promising to create a bipartisan council at the White House to generate policy ideas across the political spectrum.
I love good ideas. Wherever they come from, I love good ideas.
Recounting personal stories of her time working in the Senate with the late John McCain, hoping to win over those crucial moderate Republican voters.
There's this kind of backward thinking coming from some folks that suggests that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of what we know, which is the real measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up.
And we're learning this morning that Harris plans to release her medical records today to show that she is physically and mentally up for the job, and no doubt to try to remind voters of the 20-year age gap between her and Trump and how little is known about Trump's own health recently, Gio.
And there's a lot for you to talk about, so we're going to see you again in our next half hour. Thank you so much, Mary Alice. And we're going to go overseas now to the fighting in the Middle East. Israeli strikes hitting central Beirut, destroying a building and killing more than 20 people. Could it lead to a wider Israeli operation in Lebanon? ABC's James Longman is there in Beirut with this story. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Gio. We're at the site of one of 2 Israeli strikes on central Beirut. Take a look. This building completely brought down. It's a 4-story building, just a pile of smouldering rubble now. I can see straight into someone's apartment over there. If you look across the street, you can see this apartment was completely devastated. That family doing what they can to try to get back to a normal sense of life. You can see the debris along the side of the road here, cars piled up. Across the 2 sites, because another building was also hit, some 22 people were killed, more than 100 injured. We think the target may have been a senior Hezbollah official. We haven't had that confirmed either by Hezbollah or Israel. But the thing about this strike is it's hit in central Beirut. I mean, look how built up this neighborhood is. Look how close everyone lives side by side. And so that's why the casualty number is so high. We saw a body being recovered just a few moments ago. Meantime, the war in the south rages on. Some 2,000 people or more have now been killed in the last 24 hours, 57 airstrikes alone. And a serious incident the United Nations is reporting. They say that Israel fired directly at their peacekeeping operation, injuring 2 peacekeeping troops. Now, the Italians say that they've got troops in that area, and if that's true, they say it constitutes a war crime. Israel says it's investigating. Janae?
Just stunning images of the destruction around you, James. Thank you for your reporting. We turn now back here at home to the urgent search underway in South Carolina for a 28-year-old Broadway dancer and the desperate appeals from his family and a star who worked with him. ABC's Ike Ajachi is here with that search. Ike, good morning to you.
Good morning, Janae. The family of Zelig Williams has been looking for him for 10 straight days from the air, land, and sea. And now they're pleading with the public for any kind of support possible.
Come home, Zelig. I love you. I want you home with me.
This morning, the search for Zelig Williams, the missing Broadway dancer, is now in its 10th day.
With hope in your heart.
The 28-year-old who lives with his mother was reported missing in South Carolina last week after failing to hear from him for 24 hours. His mom saying the silence is out of character.
If he go out early in the morning like that, and I know he'll be back home because he loved to study.
According to the family, a friend of Williams in New York City claims he received an SOS cell phone alert from Williams's phone, indicating a car crash on October 3rd. Police later finding the dancer's car in a parking lot near Congaree National Park, about 20 miles southeast of Columbia. The car showing no signs of Williams or any kind of accident.
We searched the area near where the car was found. They showed up, they walked trails with us. They drove drones, ATVs.
Williams is an accomplished dancer, recently performing in productions of MJ the Musical, Hamilton, and Hugh Jackman's 2019 tour of The Man, the Music, the Show. Jackman posting on social media asking for the public's support. Please, if anyone has any information as to the whereabouts of Zelig Williams, please reach out to your local authorities.
He's my only child. That's why I want him home with me. It's just me and him, so I want him home.
Law enforcement say Williams is described as 6 foot, light complexion, and around 150 pounds with a birthmark on his throat. Detectives say this is being investigated as a missing persons case with the potential of foul play. They're asking anyone with information related to this incident to contact authorities immediately. Whit?
Yeah, hopefully that family can get some answers soon. Ike, thank you.
And investigators in Kentucky are trying to figure out what caused a small plane to crash onto a busy street in Louisville. Authorities say the plane carrying the pilot and a flight student made a mayday call Friday afternoon before eventually crashing onto the road, hitting a car on its way down. Now, the 2 people on the plane and the passenger in the car all hospitalized, but thank goodness with non-life-threatening injuries. So a little bit of good news there.
Yeah, great thing there. All right, time now for the weather. Brittany Bell from our New York station WABC is in for Samara. Record heat for October. We'll take it.
Yeah, but here closer to home, we had to bring out the heavier fall jackets. I'm not ready, but a totally different story farther south and to the west. Look at these records set on Friday. Phoenix, a record of 104 degrees. They broke a daily record highs 18 days in a row. Tucson, 101, and Las Vegas, 97 degrees. More record highs could be challenged today. Phoenix, 103, Tucson, 101, Dallas up to 97, and Kansas City, 91 degrees. But some improvement is is right around the corner, especially for Little Rock. 94 on Sunday, but you drop down to 75 Monday. Dallas 98 tomorrow, down to 84 on Monday. And for Phoenix, some slight improvement, 100 to 97. You'll really feel the difference when it comes to morning temperatures early next week. Saranac late Monday morning, 32 in Nashville, 46 Tuesday morning, and 38 on Wednesday. So I'm sure parts of the Southwest are finally ready to say goodbye to those 100-degree temperatures. Back to you guys.
Incredible that 90 degrees.
I know, right? Yeah, very different story here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brittany. Appreciate it. All right, now to the decisive baseball playoff games this weekend. The Tigers and the Guardians playing this afternoon for the chance to face the Yankees for the AL Championship. And this morning, we know who'll be battling it out for the NL crown. ABC's Melissa Adon is in Los Angeles with more. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Let me tell you something. It was a nail-biting series, and last night's game, yeah, we were rooting. Was it for the San Diego Padres or the Los Angeles Dodgers? Look, I'm sorry to the Padres. So much love for San Diego, but it was the Dodgers that took it home. And look, I'm even in a house divided, but here in LA, I can still hear the cheers. This now with the Dodgers advancing after 2 home runs.
The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series.
A victorious night for the home team, the Los Angeles Dodgers advancing after beating out the San Diego Padres 2-0 following a tense 5-game series.
This time, you know, we showed what we were all made of, and we were able to get the job done.
Kike Hernandez securing an early lead with his 14th career season homer.
And Hernandez does it again in October.
And Teoscar Hernandez coming in hot with another home run for the Dodgers in the 7th inning.
Deep left field, the second home run from Hernandez.
History was also made at Chavez Ravine as Dodgers starting Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Padres starting pitcher Yu Darvish marking the first MLB postseason matchup between 2 Japanese-born starting pitchers. The Dodgers now moving on to match up against the New York Mets, who beat the Philadelphia Phillies. Meantime, the New York Yankees secured their ticket after eliminating the Kansas City Royals.
And the Yankees are on their way to the LCS.
And it's between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Guardians to see which team will face off against the Yankees in decisive Game 5 in Cleveland.
And it's 3-0 Yankees.
So it's all eyes on today's game between the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers. So the winner of this game will match up against the New York Yankees and just be one more round of games closer to the World Series. And look, as for the Dodgers, they're going to face the Mets tomorrow. So guys, we're going to see, is it going to be an LA-New York matchup, or is it going to be 2 New York teams even?
Subway Series, maybe.
Good question. Hey, Melissa, I'm a visual learner, so I'm glad you did that with the caps. I like that. That was good.
I'm a visual learner.
Just for you.
Just like my children. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Melissa. We've got more sports coming up because college football game day week 7, Ohio State and Oregon in the spotlight. Coming up, ESPN's Desmond Howard is back with us to preview the day's big game.
I hope he brought signs since you're a visual learner. And also coming up, Boeing announces thousands of job cuts as its machinists continue their strike.
And all the right moves. Meet the 9-year-old boy from Arizona who is eyeing the coveted title of chess grandmaster.
Look at me. I know. We seem to be inside each other. Old. I beg your pardon. Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper. Okay, that's enough.
Welcome back to GMA. On this Saturday morning, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis will be back on the big screen in another freaky comedy, and we finally have a release date. Disney announcing on Friday that the sequel to 2003's hit Freaky Friday will be released next August. The 2 actresses recreating a scene from the original to announce the release of next year's Freakier Friday. How cool.
I love that.
Oh my God. I love the original, and I'm so curious about how they actually one up that one.
Yeah, those 2 are great, and love to see Lindsay Lohan work together.
So good, so good. All right, let's take a look at some of the other big stories we're following here on this Saturday morning. Happening right now, police are investigating a deadly shooting at a Halloween party in Oklahoma City. One person is dead. About a dozen others are injured when shots rang out there after midnight. No information has been released about any of the suspects.
Also right now, Boeing announcing major job cuts as the company is still dealing with striking workers. Boeing says it plans to cut 10% of its workforce, totaling about 17,000 jobs. Boeing hasn't shown a profit since 2018.
And Fisher-Price recalling more than 2 million infant swings because of the risk of suffocation. At least 5 deaths have been linked to the company's Snugga swing from 2012 to 2022. All were infants between 1 and 3 months using the swings to sleep. Safety officials say in most incidents, the babies were unrestrained. So parents want to pay attention to that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, it is week 7 of college football, and ESPN's College Game Day is coming to you out from the West once again, second week in a row. ESPN football analyst Desmond Howard joins us from Eugene, Oregon this morning, where the Ducks are preparing to take on the Buckeyes. Are people up that early? It looks like they are, Des. So let's get right into it. We're anticipating this massive showdown between number 2 Ohio State and number 3 Oregon. What does Oregon need to do if they want to pull off the win here?
Yeah, first, I cannot believe you said these people up here this early. They saw the crowds we had at Cal Berkeley, and they were not going to be outdone by a bunch of nerds, right? Look at this group that we got here. Man, they've been here since like 1 o'clock this morning, but what does Oregon need to do to upset the Buckeyes, who brings in a $20 million college football roster? Well, it's going to be some tough sledding for those Ducks. But I tell you what, that man right there, Dylan Gabriel, he's a dual threat quarterback. He's a southpaw sharpshooter with that left arm, and also he can beat you with his legs. So they're going to have to make sure on offense that not only do they move the ball in between the 20s, but when they get in the red zone, they're going to have to score touchdowns and not settle for field goals, because Ohio State, they have a very high-powered offense led by quarterback Will Howard and freshman wideout Jeremiah Smith.
When Howard comes to town, watch out what he says for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Des, Alabama's coming off a shocking defeat there by Vanderbilt last week. So what concerns do you have for them as they face off against South Carolina today? Do you have any concerns?
Yeah, you say shocking, and that's putting it mildly. I mean, to see Alabama the week before they beat Georgia, then the next week they lose to Vanderbilt was very shocking. I think at this point it's a game of where are they mentally. Their mentality is going to tell you everything about this team. I hated to see this happen to Kalen DeBoer, first-year head coach at Alabama, because he's a fantastic coach. But even great coaches, they have a bad day, and they were not mentally prepared for that Vanderbilt game. So I think now it was a wake-up call for them. But listen, guys, one day you guys got to come on the road so y'all can experience this energy from this crowd. Right, Ducks fans?
Please.
Yes. I'm in.
Desmond, I am dreaming of this. Desmond, can you get that crowd to chant GMA? GMA.
Okay. Hey, what? GMA.
Wow.
Let's go, Desmond. We love it. Thank you so much. Yes, Eugene, Oregon, bringing it this morning. And you can catch Game Day at 9 a.m. on ESPN. And then it's a full day of football on ABC with South Carolina taking on Alabama, followed by the Red River rivalry, Texas versus Oklahoma. Then capping it off, Ole Miss versus LSU. A good day of football. That was awesome.
Was it Desmond or was it you who got them to chant GMA?
It was me. Hello. College today could do some things.
Well, let's chant Brittany Bell because you've got to check it out. Oh, look at that. Lauderdale by the Sea looking much better than a few days ago.
Yes, a much needed quiet morning for them. You can see some sunshine, puffy clouds. But this is one of the areas that could have to deal with a few spotty showers around South Florida, but things will stay dry farther off to the north. Even though Milton's remnants are well offshore, there are still some lingering issues like a high surf advisory. Breaking waves up to 4 to 8 feet are possible, a coastal flood warning, and swollen rivers with multiple river flood warnings. This is what's next. So there's Tropical Storm Leslie well out to sea, and now we're watching a disturbance well off the coast of Africa, but that has a 40% chance of formation, and we have plenty of time to watch. But anything that gets closer to the middle of the Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea will have warmer than normal ocean temperatures to work with. So we're not done just yet. Looking at the climatology, we are past the peak, but the end is right around the corner towards the end of November.
So look now at the presidential campaign with less than a month to go before election. Can you believe it? And joining us now are ABC White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks and contributing political correspondent Rachel Bade. Welcome to you both.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's start with you, Rachel, because there's all this talk about voters and gender right now. What's going on?
Yeah, it's interesting because we've been talking throughout this whole campaign about women hightailing it from Donald Trump because of his temperament, because of abortion, because of J.D. Vance's childless cat ladies comments. And Democrats have been really giddy about this. But in the final days of the election, it turns out that Donald Trump has been very successful wooing young men, and not just conservative men, men who are socially liberal, men who are pro-choice, men who, Latino men, black men. And this has caught the Harris campaign by surprise. And
It is surprising, right?
It is. And so what he's been doing is trying to sort of gin up these numbers to counter the problem he has with women. And that's why you see Harris on the campaign right now, basically trying to counter that. This is why you see Tim Walz. He's going to be out there pheasant hunting, shooting a bunch of birds on social media to try to reach men. It's why Barack Obama has gone to liberal-leaning Detroit to address black men. But one more point I want to make about this. If this race comes down to boys versus girls, if it's a boys versus girls election, women actually outnumber men, and they vote at historically higher rates. So Harris has that going for her.
Really something to watch there. And Mary Alice, the Harris campaign, they've been rolling out all the big-time surrogates. We saw former President Obama, First Lady Jill Biden, Bill Clinton going to speak next week. What are they hoping to accomplish here with these big names down the final stretch?
I mean, these big names were always going to be out on the campaign trail, like you said, in the final stretch. There's only 3 weeks to go. But this race is absolutely as close as ever. I mean, we are talking about a dead heat. They are hoping that something breaks through. You know, a big part of their strategy is to get Harris out in front of a range of audiences. She's been doing fewer events than Trump. I think that's been interesting, but a lot of different kinds of events. In Arizona, she was doing a town hall, taking questions from Latino voters. Then the next day, doing events specifically focused on Republicans. Look, they need something to break loose. One thing that's very interesting, too, they know this will be a slog, so they're focused on their ground game, their get out the vote operation. I think one big wild card in all of this, what about North Carolina and Georgia? We know that early in-person voting was supposed to start in North Carolina. I mean, is supposed to start this week. There are some precincts in North Carolina that are still trying to figure out if they need to change their polling sites. How does that impact things? You know, on messaging, of course, she's trying to reach out to moderate Republican voters. Big surprise, there's progressives in the party that are frustrated by that. They think that it's a little bit too much.
Good point there. And Rachel, Donald Trump has been focused on crime and immigration. What can we expect from the Trump campaign and these final, it's hard to believe that it's just 3 weeks away, but what can we expect?
You know, it's interesting because I'm hearing confidence and even swagger from Republicans who were just criticizing Trump throughout this whole campaign, saying he needs to stay on message. They think he's actually staying on message a lot better than he has, and at the perfect time, right before the election. But you can see this also happening in the polls, you know, with things tightening in places like Michigan and Wisconsin. These are the blue wall states where Harris was supposed to have this sort of firewall. Now it's really close. And a lot of Republicans and Democrats, they keep going back to 2016 and 2020, looking at the numbers for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. And back then, both of them were up above Donald Trump by the mid to high single digits. Right now, Kamala Harris is sort of neck and neck with Donald Trump. And remember, back then, Clinton lost, Joe Biden barely won. So since Harris is sort of right next to Trump in terms of this polling, what does this mean for her in terms of winning?
It's like maybe there's even a bigger margin of error needed in some of these polls.
Exactly. Some people saying it seems like for Harris, that sort of honeymoon phase.
It's over.
Yeah. All right, ladies, thank you for keeping us up to date with all of this. There's always so much going on. Now, on GMA, on this National Chess Day, bet you didn't know that, and there is a young champion making a name for himself in the game of kings. ABC's Will Gans spoke to this young phenom. Will, good morning.
Good morning, Janae. We caught up with Ayanch Guntaka in between tournament games. He just finished a 4-hour-long match and had another one coming up, but even still, the 4th grade prodigy lit up, telling us about what the game of chess means to him.
This National Chess Day, Ayanch Guntaka is king.
I'm playing the game and I have to win. I don't care about what other people are thinking.
The 9-year-old from Arizona taking the chess world by storm, literally, traveling to more than 20 countries playing the game.
What do your friends say about
you playing chess so competitively?
They say I'm famous usually.
He's already got 2 world championship titles under his belt, which is good news considering his favorite thing about playing chess.
It's just winning the trophies and getting points.
Ayanch began playing with his mom 3 years ago as a way to pass the time during the pandemic, but now he works with a coach playing 4 to 6 hours a day. As a student at ASU Prep Digital, Ayanch can take classes remotely so he can balance 4th grade and competitive chess.
What do you do for fun?
I like reading books.
After winning the World School Championships in Peru this summer and finishing a full point ahead of his peers, what's next for Ayanch?
Probably just like a world champion.
Speaking of champions,
I was the chess champion of my 5th grade class. How long do you think it would take you to beat me if we played, Ayanch?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
He said I'd have you finished in 10 minutes. That's all it would take. And I think he's right, you guys. Ayanch's parents told me they're both so proud of him, as are we. And for any beginners out there, a recent study found that chess helps children develop their cognitive abilities, their character, and their competitive spirit. So on this National Chess Day, let's take a page out of Ayanch's book and put those pawns to work, people.
But you were like, but if it were checkers, you'd be going down.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Monopoly out of here.
I might
Battleships, yes.
An arm wrestling match with a 4th grader. I think I could handle that.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
A 4-hour match, though? That's
Incredible. Sometimes they go up to 5 hours. Yeah, and he says
Wow.
he just stays in the zone.
Yeah.
Really cool kid.
Now with our play of the day and a real-life flying carpet. Take a look at this. This is a man named Freddie in France, and he is soaring through his country's mountains here.
Wait
Look
a
closely.
second. What?
Right? Like, what's going on here? He's fulfilling his lifelong dream of becoming an actual Aladdin. He's got a long past of paragliding, skydiving, and hang gliding, which helped him perfect this creation. It took him 100 jumps and a bunch of different carpets to get things just right, but now appears to be smooth sailing. Yeah, that's right. They need the music. They need the soundtrack.
Go Freddie. Go Freddie.
Point of view.
Okay, see, now we're off the rails. Stay with us. Our GMA second hour is coming up here in our GMA cover story, looking at the alarming rise in the number of women under age 50 diagnosed with breast cancer in America, and a doctor's advice. Important story there.
Very important. And it's that time of year, and year-end reviews at work, how to get through it and navigate that tricky conversation asking for a raise. Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Road to recovery. The massive efforts following the destruction Hurricane Milton left behind. Officials warning of potential dangers lurking in the water.
Where's everybody at?
As this family of 8, rescued from their flooded-out home, are among the thousands of people needing help.
Dancer's disappearance. The accomplished performer who made a name for himself on Broadway last spotted near a South Carolina park.
Come home, Zelig. I love you. I want you home with me.
Now, Hugh Jackman joining the family's calls for help.
Power in Pink. What's behind the rise in young women getting diagnosed with breast cancer? Who's most affected? How to be your own health advocate? And what you can do starting right now to lower your risk.
Asking for a raise. Tips and tricks to score more money and advance your career at your next year-end performance review.
And put your paws up. It's Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. And we know just how to celebrate with some furry friends right here in the studio, helping them find forever homes. As we say, good morning, America.
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
And good morning, America. Perfect song, I think, for today, right? Exactly. Let's say hello to our furry little friends here joining us this morning. This is Honeycomb and Polka. Yes, hello, good morning, guys. We'll have more with them later on in the show. We'll explain why they're in the studio as well.
That was an angle.
I know. That's right. Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
He's like, check me out.
Yes.
All angles.
Oh, my goodness. All right. But first this morning, the search for an accomplished Broadway performer who's gone missing. The latest, and we're following the latest deadly strikes in the war in the Middle East. We've got a lot coming up.
Yeah, so much going on, and we are going to begin here now with the latest from Florida. Nearly 2 million people are still without power this morning, days after Hurricane Milton came ashore. ABC's Jaclyn Lee is in hard-hit Tampa, Florida right now. Jaclyn, good morning.
Gio, good morning. We are embedded with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and this is just one of the neighborhoods they are helping after Hurricane Milton. You can see just how high the floodwaters are, especially against this fence line, and they are working around the clock to help as many people as possible. This morning, Floridians returning to their homes, wading through flooded streets and debris after Milton left a trail of utter destruction. First responders racing to save those still trapped by floodwaters.
Where's everybody at? Show me.
This dramatic video showing Hillsborough County deputies saving a family of 8 from their flooded home.
Hey, if you guys have any trouble, let somebody know, please.
Using a rope to guide them to safety. The Category 3 storm claiming at least 16 lives and spawning a deadly tornado outbreak with nearly 40 reported twisters. Some people regaining power, but more than 1.8 million customers remain in the dark. One harrowing tale caught on camera. The U.S. Coast Guard telling ABC News in an exclusive interview how it rescued one man stranded in the water for more than 18 hours, surviving high winds and waves, clinging to a cooler.
It was pretty crazy. Being able to hold on in that rough of seas and that rough of weather is definitely a testament to his willpower.
Milton also sparking tornadoes. Take a look as this home security video shows the moment a tornado blew out the backyard window of this home. And along the east coast of Florida, our Victor Oquendo in the middle of the tornado damage.
Residents in this Fort Pierce neighborhood tell me they were hit with back-to-back tornadoes. The worst of it here, the Spanish Lakes Country Club community. Houses torn apart, at least 5 people killed.
Officials say it will take months to clean up and rebuild, emphasizing that while Milton may be gone, danger remains.
We hear people that have touched down power lines. That can electrocute you. It'll kill you.
And guys, we are at low tide right now. Officials have told us it was actually the water was 2 feet higher yesterday, if you can believe that. The stories we were hearing are surreal. One homeowner on the street woken up by the floodwaters. He was rescued. Whit.
Yeah, those rescuers doing incredible work out there. Jaclyn Lee for us, thank you. We head overseas now to the fighting in the Middle East. Israeli strikes hitting central Beirut, destroying a building and killing more than 20 people. ABC's James Longman is there in Beirut on the scene right now with more. James, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. We're at the scene of one of 2 Israeli strikes here in central Beirut. We've come round behind the building just to give you a sense of just how extraordinary the destruction here is. This was a 4-story building. It has come down completely. The crater is all that remains here. Every building all around has been pretty much destroyed. I mean, I'm seeing right the way through people's homes. This building here, just every apartment building gone. They hit this location, another just a short distance away. 3 apartment buildings were blown out there. We think as many as 22 people have been killed, but this morning we've been watching as paramedics arrive, recovery teams, to take more bodies out of this rubble. Now, the target, we think, may have been a senior Hezbollah official, although we haven't had that confirmed by anybody. But the thing about these assassination attempts is they happen with no warning whatsoever. And take a look at how people live here. They live so close together. These are very tightly packed residential neighborhoods. So that is why the casualty numbers are so high. Meantime, the war in the south is raging, and a serious incident flagged by the United Nations. They say that Israeli troops fired directly, deliberately at their positions in the south. Peacekeepers there injured, 2 of them. Now, Israel says it's investigating, but the Italians, who have peacekeepers in the south, they say that if it's true, that could constitute a war crime. Gio?
Incredible to see what you're seeing there in Beirut, James. Thank you so much for your reporting. And back here at home now, and the search for a talented dancer on Broadway who went missing in South Carolina. ABC's Ike Ajachi is following this story. Ike, good morning. What a mystery.
That's right. Good morning, Gio. On the 10th day of the search for Zelig Williams, his mother, Kathy, calling for her son to return home with an emotional, heart-wrenching plea for help and support. Zelig Williams was last seen by his family last week when he left their home on the morning of October 3rd. After not hearing from him for 24 hours, his mom filed a missing persons report, saying his silence is out of character. Now, according to a family, a friend of Williams in New York City claims he received an SOS cell phone alert from Williams's phone, indicating a car crash on October 3rd. Police later finding the dancer's car in a parking lot near Congaree National Park, about 20 miles southeast of Columbia. The car showing no signs of Williams or of any kind of accident. Now, detectives say this is being investigated as a missing person persons case with the potential of foul play. They're asking anyone with information related to this incident to contact authorities immediately. Janae?
Hopefully someone with information comes forward. Ike, thank you. And in Chicago, police are investigating a heist on a cargo freight train that was caught on camera. More than a dozen people, you can see them here, can be seen climbing onto that stopped train, leaving with those boxes that police believe are filled with merchandise. Authorities say the train was stopped while it waited for an interchange with a partner railroad. At least 6 of those people have been arrested. Police still searching for 6 other suspects.
Wow, that video.
Yeah.
Coming up in our GMA morning menu here, an alarming increase in the number of young women diagnosed with breast cancer. What you need to know.
Also ahead in our next half hour, our new series, Connecting IRL in Real Life. The key to building strong relationships and getting respect at work. Are you guys listening?
Oh, we were.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
And Will Gans is here with some pop news. Hey, Will.
Hey, Gio. I guess I should say bonjour, Gio. Bonjour, America. The latest in the fight to keep Emily in Paris in Paris. We'll be right back.
Back now on GMA with our cover story. As of course we all know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and there has been an alarming rise in the number of women under 50 diagnosed with breast cancer in the U.S. So here to help us understand what's going on and what women can do is board certified OBGYN Dr. Corinne Menn. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Menn. Why are these numbers, why are we seeing them going up?
Well, first of all, I want everyone to know that young women can and do get breast cancer. I'm living proof. I was diagnosed at just 28 years old, and it's actually the most common cancer in women under the age of 40. And yes, the rates are going up at an alarming rate. We know that women under the age of 50, the rate's increasing by 1.4% annually, and in the youngest women in their 20s, the rate's going up by 2.2% annually. And young women have unique challenges. They're diagnosed often at a later stage, a more aggressive cancer, and their diagnosis is often delayed because of their age.
Now, another important thing to note here is while the numbers of people dying related to breast cancer are going down, we're still seeing some women impacted more than others.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, there are racial disparities, and it's a really important point that women of color, in particular young black women under the age of 35, have double the rate of breast cancer that their white counterparts do. They're also much more likely to be diagnosed with more advanced disease and more aggressive breast cancer, like triple-negative breast cancer. They're less likely to be part of clinical trials, and really importantly, family history is important for everybody, but black women are far less likely to be referred to genetic testing based on family history.
Okay, so I check those boxes and being completely transparent. This is something that is increasingly in the back of my mind. We were just talking off camera about the whole thing around dense breasts, and that can make it more difficult to detect. And women can just, how can we be more proactive about our health? What do we need to know about dense breasts? What questions should we be asking?
Yes, well, I think this is a siren call to all women, but especially young women. And I always tell patients, you really need to be the CEO of your own health and take charge. And some things that women don't realize is that 80% of women diagnosed with breast cancer actually don't have a family history. And 90% of breast cancers are not associated with a breast cancer gene. So, what can you do? Well, one, you have to stop the faucet on things you can control, because we can't control our genes, right? So that's like cleaning up your diet, lots of fruits and vegetables, a Mediterranean diet. And this isn't a popular thing to say, but really limit or eliminate alcohol use. It's a carcinogen. Get moving and exercise. Be a squeaky wheel. In terms of young women, 80% of them feel their breast lump themselves, right? So speak up, be aware of changes in your breast and report them to your doctor, right? Know your family history, not just on mom's side, but also on your dad's side, and see if you should be referred to genetic testing. There's really great breast risk assessment tools that take into account breast density.
There are the things out there. Ask questions, all of that.
Yes.
We know for you said you were diagnosed at 28. That had to be so terrifying.
Yes.
But here you are now talking about it on TV. Your post-breast cancer diagnosis daughter here watching.
She is.
Full circle moment. Thank you so much for being with us, Dr.
Thank you
Menn.
so
We
much for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Gio, over to you.
Such an important conversation. Thank you, guys. All right, now to scoring a raise at work. The end of the year performance review season, it is here. And our next guest says it's time to ask for that raise. And joining us with tips to navigate that salary conversation with your boss like a boss, Joyelle Crawford is here, an HR expert and author of the book you're seeing right there, Show Your Ask. Welcome to GMA.
Thank you, Gio. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you wrote this book because so many people have a really tough time with asking for a raise.
Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Like people get stuck. They can't ask. They think it's improper. They think it's rude culturally. Sometimes we have been learned not to ask.
And that's
for
what
more.
I was talking to you about that because like in Latino households that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you prepare for this? Like what should you do before you have that meeting with the boss?
Well, first you need to prepare your mind. You need to make sure you get yourself straight. I think it's very important to make sure that you have an idea of what you want to say, how you want to say it. Also, make sure that you track your accomplishments on a regular basis. That's so important. I call it a dig folder. And that's a darn I'm good folder. And you should always track your accomplishments on a daily basis. And if you're doing that regularly, when you get to a performance review, it's not going to be a surprise, but it needs to be results-based accomplishments.
Okay, I love that dig folder idea. That's a brilliant idea. So once you're in the room, what do you do? Because now you're face-to-face with your boss.
Yes, once you're in the room, you want to be clear and concise and confident. Keep things short and sweet. Leaders like to keep things short and sweet, results-based focus. They want a return on their investment. So if you're asking for a raise, you need to think of the boss or the organization like Janet Jackson singing, "What have you done for me lately?" You have to think about it that way and think about, what have I done for this organization? What have I done for this team? And be able to show that. Show and know. It's one thing to know your value. It's another thing to show your value.
And it's not just about the number, right? What else should we be looking for?
Don't just think about the base salary. Think about some of the other things, the benefits that you could get, like transportation assistance, tuition assistance, childcare, working from home. So don't just think about that one number. Think about the overall benefits that you can use to get that bottom line done.
And if you get a no?
If you get a no, a very wise rideshare driver told me this: no means next opportunity.
That's right.
No means next opportunity. So just don't take that no for an answer.
Don't take it.
Just keep on moving.
Well, I'm saying yes to you. You're getting that raise. Thank you so much, Joyelle.
Thanks,
really
Gio.
appreciate it. So go ahead and get that book right now. Let's go over to Brittany for another check of the weather. Hey, Britt.
Hey, Gio. So if fall is your favorite season, this video is for you. This reminds me of a Bob Ross painting. So check out the vibrant fall colors in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, one of the spots near peak color. Some of the coldest air of the season is underway, especially Monday into Tuesday morning. Saranac Lake near 28 degrees Tuesday morning, the 40s Tuesday for New York City. From the chill to the heat, multiple record highs are possible today. Phoenix 103, Tucson 101 degrees.
It is time for Pop News. Will Gans is in the house. What's poppin'?
All right, you guys, good morning to all of you. Good morning to you. We begin this morning with the musical mystery brewing that could involve Taylor Swift, Shawn Mendes, and Joe Jonas. The latter two were supposed to be releasing albums. Get this, you guys. Supposed to be releasing albums October 18th, but have since delayed those drops. Shawn writing on Instagram, "We need a little more time to bring new inspiration and ideas to life." Joe says album is going to come out later now because I want to add some final touches. Now, it could just be that, or are these pop stars avoiding dropping an album on the same day as something or someone even bigger? In the Swiftie community, we call this clowning. So allow me to clown for just a moment. Friday the 18th is Taylor Swift's first show in America in 2024, taking place in Miami, Florida. A globe at the Spotify pop-up for Taylor Swift had a pin marking Miami as something special. And on the last night of the European leg of the Eras Tour, Taylor Swift performed Florida with Florence Welch for the very first time, again leading us to believe that Florida will be something important. And finally, Taylor Nation just posted this reminder that there are only 18 shows left of the Eras Tour. The date on Friday, the 18th.
Oh, okay. Well,
so could Taylor be dropping a surprise album on Friday the 18th? We're clowning hard, people.
Wow.
Will, you do not take a
unraveled
breath.
that ball of yarn.
Yeah.
It just kept going and going.
And it will likely turn into...
Would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you pesky kids.
That's exactly right, Scooby-Doo. All right, now I'm going to take off the clown nose for a rare pop news foray into international politics, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking, of course, about Emily in Paris. The battle to keep Emily in Paris, the hugely popular Netflix series, took a turn in the second half of the season 4, with Emily relocating to Rome, Italy.
I like it in Rome.
French
From
president...
bonjour to bonjour now.
That's right. Not if you ask the French president. Macron is weighing in, telling Variety he will ask the show to come back to its title city, and he's going to fight to make it happen, saying, quote, Emily in Paris and Rome doesn't make sense. And his passion isn't only because he liked his wife's cameo on the hit show. A study by France's government shows a full 38% of tourists cited the series among their reasons for visiting Paris.
Wow.
I know.
Well, what if they say Emily in Rome, an Emily in Paris production?
Because Rome is...
What? Do not. It's amazing.
It's more suited to you? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
It's more suited to your
more
taste.
suited to my taste.
All right,
I
there
love
you go.
that.
All right, let me get this.
Out.
Yeah, I got you. Finally, smash hit new show with Adam Brody and Kristen Bell. Nobody wants this, and the news that everybody wants. A second season. The series racked up more than 10 million views in the first 2 days, and now the writers' room is already at work on season 2. Kristen Bell sharing the news on our Instagram, writing, "Put down your ice cream." Nobody Wants This is returning for season 2. If you guys haven't watched this show, I can't recommend it enough. I was watching it on a plane and had to try not to laugh out loud because people were starting to be like, "Is he okay?"
Really?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, put it back on.
Until Friday the 18th, you guys. Is it Reputation
That's
Taylor's
good.
version?
We got
Is it
clown
Alive?
noses, we got Scooby-Doo references and everything. Thank you, Will.
And if you're deciding whether to catch up on sleep this weekend or making some plans to socialize, one dog has apparently found a way to do both.
Yes, he has. Take a look at Winnie, the
Oh, he's so cute.
pure dachshund. There she is in the passenger seat of her owner's car. Winnie really needs a nap. This is any kid.
Yep.
Any kid. I'm not tired.
It's also me.
Also,
literally.
has a major case of FOMO, so she decides to fight on through, staying awake at all costs.
I love that. The video racking up more than 6 million views, by the way, with one viewer commenting, "At some point, you just have to give in."
You know what's funny?
I know that feeling.
My mom had to drive me around when I was a kid to put me to sleep like this.
Sleep?
Yeah.
Oh.
And still, if I get in a car or a train or whatever it is,
You fall
that's
asleep?
me. I'm Winnie.
There you
Winnie,
go.
I'm
That's
you.
That's you. I can picture it. Little Geo in the car. Welcome back to GMA on this Saturday morning. The weekend team. We are back in Times Square for a few weeks now, right, guys?
Yeah.
Got folks outside.
Folks outside, say
Exactly.
hello.
We're
Love Times
prepping
Square
our
in the
set
morning.
for Election Day, so that's why we're here for a little bit.
Yes. Glad we could talk about it.
And we are going to start this half hour here with some of the top headlines that we're following right now. In California, the number of dairy workers who have been diagnosed with the bird flu has now grown to at least 6. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that all 6 people worked in the state's agricultural Central Valley and were in contact with infected dairy cattle. Officials say that the risk to the general public remains low. That's good news there.
And big gulps, huh? Whit loves that line. Go get your big gulps while you can. 7-Eleven announcing it's closing more than 400 convenience stores nationwide. The company says these, quote, underperforming stores are showing slowing sales, less foot traffic, and inflationary pressures. They've not announced which of the 13,000 stores in the U.S. and Canada are affected.
And Tesla stock sinking more than 7% on Friday, just a day after investors showed disappointment in the company's robo-taxi debut.
Well, and now to our new series, Connecting IRL in Real Life. Cultivating a connected life and society in the face of what the Surgeon General calls a loneliness epidemic. Community building expert Anne Shockett joins us now to talk about ways to build strong relationships, feel connected, seen, and successful in the workplace. This is so important. Yeah. So important. How does loneliness manifest in an office full of people?
So it's so hard to admit that you're lonely. It's like there's a stigma attached to it. Like, I'm not lonely. There's nothing wrong with me. But in the workplace, we did some research. Nearly 80% of people said that they were lonely because of their jobs.
Wow.
And 80%. And it shows up as isolation, overwhelm, lack of support, feeling like you're not respected in the workplace. And it's one of those things that people really keep to themselves.
Like you're on your own little island, basically.
You feel like you're on your own little island. But there's a really simple solution: togetherness. So it turns out this loneliness epidemic you've been talking about, the Surgeon General showed that there'd been this huge decline over the last 20 years in time that we've spent together. But if we all spent 10 minutes a day intentionally building our networks, we would decrease this huge loneliness gap by 50%.
Wow. So let's talk about that, nurturing your network.
Yeah.
And you're just going to spend 10 minutes a day. How do you actually go about doing that?
Well, it turns out it's not corporate networking events, splashy retreats. You don't have to go to the bar. You don't have to go to the golf course. I want to teach everybody how to build their support without even putting shoes on. Oh. From the couch.
Love that.
So it's really simple. It's these tiny little micro habits of connection. It's text or social media outreach. It's collaborating in the workplace. It's making a phone call from your car, spending your commute time intentionally building your networks rather than zoning out or thinking about your to-do list. It's like, how can you deepen those connections?
And you know, one of the things, we hadn't met yet, but you immediately brought us these little bracelets that say togetherness, and that was kind of like a way to do it too. But what about for people who are just unsure of what to say when it's time to actually meet that person?
So these bracelets, these togetherness bracelets, are my reminder to spend my 10 minutes a day, and I do my 10 minutes before coffee. Sometimes Good Morning America is on in the background before I take my kids to school. And I will do a text message. I've started to do voice memos. And I'll reach out to colleagues or friends or someone I know who I've seen recently and I've connected with. And I'll say really simply, how are you? I'm checking in on you. You've been on my mind. You did a great job on that meeting last week. How is your project going? And then here's the most important thing that you have to say. How can I help you? Because people want to be acknowledged. They want to be supported. And when you show up for other people, they show up for you in return.
Yeah. Wow. This is so great. And Geo is really good at connecting people and being connected. So I just want to say that. You are. But you say, yes, you are seen. You say another option would be to take a 10-minute walk around the office. Is that so you run into people and spark conversations, or?
So if you're in the office, that's the best thing to do. You don't have to make a big plan about it. Walk around the office, have a human conversation with people, ask them how they're doing. People want to be seen beyond just the spreadsheet or the memo that they owe. So you really just want to connect with people one-on-one, deepen those connections in a human way.
I love that.
And you say you can do this with your kids and yourself.
So if you don't connect with yourself, you will have nothing to give to anyone else.
Amen.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
And so I'll spend 10 minutes, sometimes meditation, a walk. With your kids, it's amazing. Let them know that you're thinking of them. Have a real conversation rather than, did you do your homework? Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you were so great.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
10 minutes to togetherness.com.
I love that. Oh,
so much more. Remember, 10 minutes.
Amazing. 10 minutes. And coming up, we are cleaning out the clutter and helping you get your home ready for the holidays. Stick around. Welcome back to GMA. Now is a great time to tackle the clutter in your home before the busy holiday season. And here to help with a few easy decluttering tips is Lauren Phillips from Better Homes and Gardens. Thank you so much for this, Lauren. This is great. We're going to kick things off starting with school and office supplies because you have a couple of great ideas.
Yes, absolutely. So everyone talks about spring for decluttering, but fall right now is actually a great time to do some decluttering ahead of that hectic holiday season. Make space in your home. So starting with these office supplies, First, gather everything you have in your home. Gather up the pens, the pencils, the markers from all the corners and drawers, and just make sure they all work. Get rid of anything that doesn't work or that you don't use. There's no point.
That's the worst, right? Grabbing something that just doesn't work. You're like, why do I even have
Especially when you're on the phone and someone's like, do you have a pen? Yes. When you have this system, you have a pen. So when you organize things in this way, we love using mason jars for things like this because you have it grouped by type. You can even involve the kids to decorate and personalize their own jars so they know these are my pencils, these are my markers, maybe even get ahead of fights over whose markers are whose.
Okay, so let's move over to the closet because now we've got this handled. What do we do in the closet?
Yes, so now is the time to clean out sandals and swimsuits to make room for sweaters and boots. As you're cleaning out your clothes.
You just put it so perfectly. Yes, yes.
So as you're putting things away for the season, one trick I love that I have to share is roll your clothes. Don't fold them, roll them.
Because you can fit more clothes that way.
You can fit more clothes that way, and summer fabrics like knits and linens actually do better rolled rather than folded. So they come out looking fresher and ready to wear. They're not wrinkled, they're not creased. So we recommend rolling your clothes for the summer as you're putting them away, and then putting them in great things like these large bins. They roll really easily and fit right under your bed, and just keep those clothes safely secured and out of the way, and then you can fit more in them because you've rolled everything.
I love that. I haven't gotten into like the seasons and switching in and out of your closets yet, but this makes sense.
It makes so much space for the clothes you actually want to wear for the season. And then bags like this, the same thing. If you toss it in a closet far away, you know your clothes are safe and protected while they're put away.
Good thinking. Okay, moving on to the kitchen, the pantry, organizing.
Absolutely. It is a great time for a fridge and pantry purge because holiday cooking season is coming. You need to make room for your chicken stock, your cranberry sauce.
I don't. No, you don't. I don't either. But someone at home does.
So make room. Start by clearing out everything that's expired. Check those expiration dates. People forget spices expire. Check your spice drawer and spice. So toss everything that's expired to make room for all the stuff you're about to bring in. At Better Homes and Gardens, the testing team loves these Rubbermaid bins because they keep everything in sight. We know that people only eat food they can see. So when you hide food at the back of your fridge or pantry, you forget about it, it goes bad, you never use it. These bins keep them front and center and fresh, and you can put labels on them to track when you put the food there so you know when it's bad. It's just the perfect solution to really get your pantry in a really great spot for the season ahead.
And even better, before it expires, actually eat it, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
We have about 30 seconds left, but you have the bathroom here.
Absolutely. So the easiest trick to make your bathroom feel like a spa escape is to actually use containers like these. Swap out the visual clutter of all these bottles and labels and put everything in a matching set of these soap dispensers. It looks so chic and elevated, and it is so simple, and then your bathroom just feels like a little bit of a blissful escape.
You do this?
Very demure. Very classy. No. Actually, I do this in the bathroom. I've got all the hair products and everything, you know. Thank you so much, Lauren. These are really great ideas. Better Homes and Garden, the October issue, is on sale now. And now we're going to go back to Brittany Bell for another check of the weather.
She's very organized. I know that, Brittany.
I try to be. So get ready to dance because Dancing with the Stars is bringing the ballroom to fans. The annual Dancing with the Stars tour is back. Fan favorite dancers will bring the top routines we're seeing on season 33, as well as never before seen numbers. The tour kicks off January 7th, making 71 stops across the country through April. Tickets are on sale now, and you can watch Dancing with the Stars Tuesdays at 8 p.m. right here on ABC. But first, I'm going to check on Florida as they are still dealing with some lingering issues from Milton, even though it's well offshore. There's a high surf advisory with waves up to 4 to 8 feet stretching from Daytona Beach all the way towards West Palm. Looking at what's happening in the rest of the Atlantic, Tropical Storm Leslie that stays well out to sea, and an area of low pressure off the coast of Africa only has a 40% chance of development.
All right, y'all ready to go on an underwater adventure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Take us.
This is a man whose lifelong passion is learning about what lies under the sea. Our friends over at National Geographic show us what it takes to be an ocean explorer. On National Geographic's Ocean Explorers, a state-of-the-art research ship with leading researchers on board, seeking answers for some of the biggest questions beneath the surface of our planet's oceans.
I can hear whales. 100%.
Businessman Ray Dalio, who fell in love with ocean exploration as a child watching the famed Jacques Cousteau, commissioned the cutting-edge vessel with his son Mark Dalio and filmmaker James Cameron to explore and research the vast ocean and marine life.
Hammer, hammer, hammer.
Look at the size of him.
It's just so amazing that hammerhead sharks know exactly how to navigate, having never been there before. Their instincts and something leads them to exactly the right spots to be. And the question is, how does that happen? How do they know it? They couldn't have learned it.
Season 1 of the Nat Geo series taking us underwater.
Ready.
In hopes of inspiring a new generation of ocean explorers.
My hope is that we as a group can care for the ocean and understand the ocean the way Jacques Cousteau made me care and understand the ocean. Then we're going to take care of an important part of our ecosystem, probably the most important.
I mean, it really is a whole other world underwater, right? And Ocean Explorers is streaming now on Hulu and Disney+. Coming up, it's Whit's favorite month, Adopt a Shelter Dog Month.
Yes, I got one at home for you.
That's right. We brought in the experts for everything you need to know about adding a four-legged friend to your family. We'll be right back.
And we are back now at GMA. We are celebrating Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. October is dedicated to all the furry friends who are in need of loving homes. We're making some friends right here. But listen to this. Last year alone, 3.2 million dogs entered shelters, while only 2.2 million were adopted. In fact, I've got a foster pup at my house right now. We're going to take a look at that. This is Wendy. Gio's losing his friend here. But I've got Wendy at home. She's one of our foster pups. She's available for adoption as well. And now, ASPCA spokesperson Rena Lafai, along with some pups who are looking for homes. They are joining us right now. Rena, thank you so much for coming in. We're making friends here already.
That's right.
But first, let's talk about why this time of year is so important and why there's such a need for adoption right now.
Yeah, so shelters across the nation are working really, really hard to care for these animals just because we are seeing them in our care for a longer period of time. And so basically what we are asking is that, when you adopt or foster, it creates a positive impact on shelters nationwide, because by taking out that animal, you are creating space for an animal who really needs those resources in the shelter. And that's the whole premise of the Rescue Effect, our national campaign that we're having right now. And the goal is to place more of these animals in loving homes.
Absolutely.
And we need a better angle.
Yeah, I know. Gio, you're doing the best work right there. This is hilarious. So let's go ahead and meet some of our friends. Let's all come down to the ground level here. So first we have here, Gio is with Polka. She is 8 years old, easygoing, loves making new friends, obviously, socializing with her favorite people, and that's Gio right now. Janae is with Honeycomb here. She loves to snuggle on the couch, but is also a social butterfly. She likes to Kong, loves going on long walks around the city. And there are some others, we also have some other pups as well that are available from the ASPCA we'd like to feature this morning. We got some pictures. Meet Campfire, 5 years old. And his claim to fame is that he's been described as one of the cuddliest dogs around. Loves getting pet and all of that. And then we have Asina. She is 2 years old and is one of many dogs who relocated from North Carolina following Hurricane Helene to the ASPCA Cruelty Recovery Center in Ohio. So, Rena, we don't have a lot of time left, but I understand you're also, you have efforts for some of the animals that were impacted by the hurricanes. What can you say about that?
That's right. We're working with our local partners in North Carolina and also in Florida, and we're assessing the situation, but we are currently providing in North Carolina evacuation for homeless animals, also free pet food and supplies, and also just, working with our local shelters to make sure everybody is safe.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Looks like we've got some friends here. This is excellent.
And thanks again to the ASPCA for joining us. We so appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And our pups.
Make sure you stream with us over on ABC News Live. Janae's in the chair this morning.
I am. It's going to be a good day. Join us.
You got it. Thanks for starting your Saturday with us, everybody. See you right back here tomorrow. They're available, ready for a home.